What is going on, everybody? Hope you're doing well today. Welcome back. I'm back. You're back. We're back with another live stream on this Tuesday, August 5th, 2025. Ready to hopefully get some wins tonight, talk about some MLB picks, and just hope to just have a fun time watching some MLB tonight. Maybe some WNBA. What's going on, fam? How you? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. But like I said, we got MLB tonight. We actually got a few, like 4 or 5 WNBA games. I looked at some stuff. I'm probably not going to put a pick in for the WNBA. I'm not sure. We'll see. There's a couple of first half points for a couple of teams that I'm still considering maybe possibly taking for a few bucks tonight. I don't know whether it's over or under. It like the numbers just look good. It's just I don't know if I want to bet on it tonight. But the MLB, yes, for sure. Only had one ticket hit yesterday, and that was per the stream yesterday that I forgot to actually post on the stream because work kicked my butt yesterday. But definitely, as I always say, go follow me over on Twitter or X at Vortex46 for some of my picks, most of my picks, but definitely not all of my picks. Like I said, I was super tired yesterday. Work kicked my butt. Work was still busy today. Like I mentioned, we're down staff, management at 2, so every day is every shift is pretty much you're hoping that one of these days we have a full staff and nobody calls off. So this is I think day 3 or day 4 of being low staff, and we're hoping that in the next couple of weeks that some new hirees will come in, get trained, and get filled in those empty slots, and we can hopefully get back to some normalcy. But that's neither here nor there. But I think my laptop decided it wanted to do whatever it decided it wanted to do, so I can't even do anything. I was trying to go to Twitter to at least give the show the page, but now it doesn't want to even do that. There it goes. Sort of, kind of, maybe, possibly. Okay, my laptop sucks. But I did not, like I said, I actually have one ticket that I put together. I have not put anything together as far as a MLB player prop, whether it's a single bet or a parlay. I haven't done anything because, again, work has been super busy. I got a chance to glance at some stuff, but I just didn't have any time to do and look at anything. So I just, I just kind of was just like, you know what, I'm just going to just wait till I stream. I'm kind of like mentally just like tired more recently, and I'm just like, I don't want to just like look at any real picks or anything. I kind of just want to just like do whatever I need to do in reality, and then I'll talk about my picks and stuff, or just go over the picks or whatever that I see here on Prop Finder and maybe on Outlier. We'll see. As you see, Twitter is still like trying to figure out what it wants to do, so I'm just gonna keep it moving here. Like I said, I did look at a few things a few hours ago. Pretty much I want to say lineups. I think maybe possibly all the lineups are established for tonight officially. I want to say that there were a lot of lineups that were updated on Prop Finder within the last hour, I think. So there's that. There are a few pitchers that possibly may either one allow a lot of hits tonight, a lot of runs. Maybe a few teams will possibly score a lot of runs tonight by the end of the night. So just kind of just putting it out there for you all for that info. So, we'll see what happens. But we're going to dive into each game. We're just going to go one game. And this time I'm going to try my best to just kind of like focus on one game for a few minutes. I'm not going to be sitting up here trying to just like, I'm trying my best not to sit here and just focus on one game for like 15 minutes. That's, there's 15 games. I kind of want to just look at some stuff, see if I see anything. Maybe you all mention something, and then I look at it, and then outside of that, we're just going to just kind of just focus on one game at a time for a few minutes, maybe for 3 to 5 minutes, and then we're just going to move on to the next and just kind of do that. That way the stream will last for roughly over an hour, maybe an hour and a half, because streaming for 2 hours, 2.5 hours does something to you mentally. I should know. I am a content creator, or however they coin it now, but I still call it content creator. Been a content creator for 12 years. And yeah, when you're live streaming for hours and you do that every single day for 4 or 5 days, yeah, you're treating it's basically like a job, and you are draining your mind more than anything, on top of your voice, because you are using another muscle, because your voice is still a muscle, so there's that. Let's see. So Torque is in a weak spot. Wenzel came through. So Carpenter and Wenzel, they were the only win last night, because if you were here or you rewatched the replay from the stream yesterday, I put a pick in for Carpenter and Wenzel to get 3+ HRRs. I should have pushed it up to 4 on a whole nother separate bet, just in case. They got 4, and they both actually got 4. I think Carpenter had 5 or 6 or 7 or something like that, and Wenzel finished with, I think he finished with 4. They both ended up hitting a home run too, just to put that out there. So that was a missed opportunity on my end, but I felt like Carpenter for sure was a home run hitter. I wasn't sure about Wenzel. I definitely was sure for him for at least a 3 HRR a night, but just wasn't sure about like I said, Carpenter for sure. I was like, yeah, I feel like Carpenter can hit a home run. So you think you're going with Torque. So let's look at Torque, because he's in the weak spot. Look at the spot for Zebby. That's great. 1.8. I did click on Torque, but my laptop's being kind of strange. So it looks like Torque is in the best spot. So he possibly will go yard. Now Carpenter's in the best spot as far as where he's batting specifically per the order. 1.05. Like I said, I did click on Torque for it to look at his stuff. Yeah, I'm getting this stuff here. So hopefully, this will do its thing. I think the only reason why I was doing this is because Twitter, or just in general, my laptop. But funny enough, I actually on my files on my laptop, I ended up deleting a few videos that I forgot that I recorded, that I edited and stuff on the channel probably a few weeks ago, and I just forgot all about them. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe if I don't know. I don't want to. Maybe I should. Maybe I should just like exit out the whole thing, like fully exit out of Microsoft. Give it 30 seconds and then reboot it back up, because it might actually fix this. He said Zeb is worse against righties. Nice. I mean, that technically could be the case, but that's the thing. He's only pitched roughly one time per the 4th spot, and okay, there we go. And yeah, that whatever happened, it worked out. Okay, so let's see. So Zeb. So per Prop Finder, he actually pitches worse against lefties, not righties. Let's see. Is it gonna work? It's still bugging. Let me just do this, because I don't want to sit up here and try to really wait. I'm gonna go on ahead and yeah, see, it's like my laptop is just moving slow right now. But maybe if I let's just exegete myself, or just exit out of Microsoft. Let me give it like 30 seconds here. Because it's just it's like stretching. It's like really trying to really fully stretch to get it to what I wanted to do, and it's not doing it. So hopefully this will work. Let's see. I think it's been longer than 30 seconds. Okay. Let me reopen the Microsoft tab here. Yeah, that's what she is. Okay, I'm still here. I don't know. Let's see, let me double click Microsoft. Maybe that will. I usually just click it one time. Maybe it needed a longer thing here. As always, I apologize because again, my laptop sucks. I'm just not sure when I'm gonna get a new laptop, unless I, put a ticket in for like $1 and win like 10 or 20 grand one time, and then get whatever funds after taxes, and then I could just buy, buy this. I think it's like $1,700 or $1,800 laptop that I really want. Super powerful laptop. Hopefully it does its job with the bells and whistles, extra whistles that I really need for my streams and stuff and videos and stuff. So yeah, we'll see. It is Dinger Tuesday though, so I already see a lot of people taking cats for home runs, like even like the normal cats. Like I've seen a couple cats take Torque, Jose for the Guardians. I think they did say that Judge is a possible return tonight for the Yankees. So if he does return, not sure if he's gonna do anything on the night that he normally would go. So there's that. I don't know if Stowers will be a pick. I was gonna post something about Riley Green, but I don't think he's in the lineup. I don't think he's playing. Because one of my boys at my job, I was talking about Green. I was talking about Green today. I was like, yeah, like he was saying like how he had Riley on there. I was like, dude, I just stopped betting on him because he's not consistent. Not even with like HRRs, he's just not consistent at all. That's why I just stopped. Like he's like he goes out there and every like 5 or 6 games he'll get like 3 to 5 HRRs but still won't hit a home run for like 2 games in a row, and then he'll suck for like 5 straight games. Like that's not what we're trying to push for, sir. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my laptop today. I booted it up. I let it like I normally do when I boot up my laptop. I let it like boot up for like 20 plus minutes. Let it really just like sit and try to do its thing, and then when I got to the home screen, it did it quicker than normal. Usually when it's pushing for the home screen, even it takes forever. So let me see if I can. Maybe I don't click on the. Maybe I don't click on the home screen app. Maybe I pull it up as a search. Maybe I do that. Maybe that will work. MIC. Microsoft Edge. Let's try a new window. Okay. There's something. Oh. Well, there was something. Let's do that. It decided it wanted to open 2 windows. Like, no, don't want to do 2 windows, one on one. Okay. So we got some stuff, right? Come on, baby. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. We can do it, laptop, we can do it. You still got some life in you, son. You could do it. Yo, what's good, fam? How you? Welcome to the stream. We live, but just my laptop, it was working, and then it just like decided it wanted to struggle. It's, it's still kind of well, it does this often. It does this though. I get it. It does this. So let's see if we can pull this back up. I'm not even gonna pull Twitter. Usually I do Twitter and then Prop Finder and then Outlier. So I'll just do Twitter. Yeah, we live. Oh, tutorial how to turn. Oh, I don't need that. I already watched the. Yeah, go on. If you have an Android, you can go on Prop Finder. Just uploaded search them on YouTube. Prop Finder just uploaded a new video. This was yesterday, I think. Basically a tutorial on how to have Prop Finder on. That's not what I wanted. Not at all. Not even a little bit. I don't know why it said out. It's not what I want. I want Outlier. Let's go that way. Maybe that will. We'll do that. Let's see. While we're waiting on that, let's go back to what we were doing while we're waiting on Outlier to get it going. All right. So we were looking at Torque because Torque is in the weak spot, and Wenzel's in the weak spot. But then for the Twins, okay, now it's starting to do this cheese. Let's see, See, Outlier is still doing the circle of doom, like how I like to call it. Okay, so Jeffers. So Jeffers went yard like 2 or 3 days ago, if I remember correctly, but Cody's in a weak spot. Interesting. Okay, right. This is what I was talking about. So torque. So per Zeb, the weak spot is 1.84, right? That's the best, and then second best as far as the weak spot. Well, technically it's worse for Zeb, right? But again, he's only pitched. I see why now. I see why it's so high. The OPS is so high because somebody hit 2 home runs. Whomever he pitched against hit 2 home runs in the 4th spot against him. And then he pitched 3 times against the 5th batter, and they hit 2 home runs. So that OPS is 104. Per the spot, Wenzel and Torque are technically, well, Torque is definitely better, but Wenzel is still in a good spot because the ISO is above 200, 255 average, still good enough. Slug is 490. You could still round that to 5 if you really want to round it to 500 for both Torque and Wenzel. Jeffers, he's in a weak spot too, per the 3rd batter for Chris. But he gives up more home runs and stuff and everything to the left-handed batters. But Jeffers is a righty. Cody's a lefty, though. So let's relook at Torque, see if we can pull him back up. He has 1 home run in the last 10. He bats well against righties outside of his batting average. Pitch mix. He can hit the 4-seam. 50-50 against the slider. He struggles against the cutter and a 50-50 versus the changeup and the curveball. Hard hit is 60, pull is 40. Great line driver 33. As you see, his EVs are up, his angles are up, his distances are basically sort of kind of up, right? So just even the last week, he's hit 1 home run. But in the month of July, he had 3 home runs. 4, actually. So there's that info. All right, splits. Let's look at the splits. 50-50 away and at home. At home and at night. Struggles in the month of August with only 4 hits at 16 at-bats. Tuesdays, he bats. He has a great slug. 260 batting average. 962 OPS. 50-50 versus righties. Still the OPS is above 700. And 50-50 batting 4th with an 865 OPS. So basically what Prop Finder is saying that Torque is getting under the ball. It's just that he's not pushing it out the park. That's the only thing. So if he reads Zebby's fastball, which he throws the most, like 20% more, technically almost 20% more than he throws the slider, he possibly could go yard tonight. And then Wenzel, now he went yard last night. Again, like I mentioned several minutes ago, Carpenter and Torque were the only, Carpenter and Wenzel were the only 2 that came through for me per my only ticket that I had out of, I think, like 5 or 6 in total that cashed. It was a low bet, plus it garnered me back a few bucks back, but I'll take the win anyway. So Wenzel's technically whenever he does get HRRs, he at least gets 3. He hits the cutter, but he's struggling against the fastball. Line drive is good, 27%. But he's still hitting righties. That's the thing. More recently, at least, last few days, he struggled more so in the last week. But the last few days, he's been hitting righties, which is good. He bats well. Technically bats great at night. He's batting great in the month. He bats great on Tuesdays. So for me, Wenzel will be a pick once again for three HRRs tonight. But at the same time, I still have to look at he bats decent enough batting fifth. So one thing I haven't done yet, I haven't even looked at the pitchers yet. So let me see. So Zebby usually allows 4 more hits, but he struggles against lefties. Again, he just pitches well, throwing the fastball more than anything. Let's see. So then Chris, he too, roughly 4 hits or more, but he pitches well against righties and lefties outside of the OBA. He pitches the slider more than anything. More recently, batters were getting under his pitches, even though he wasn't allowing too many home runs though. The last week he did allow 1 over the last week, but outside of that, some batters were hitting his pitches, which is good. If anything, for the game itself, let me look at Warner. Warner more recently, as you see, every other game he's getting a home run. So tonight I wouldn't put him down for a home run, because he's sort of kind of like in a trend. Basically, I kind of call this a trend, even though I really don't believe in it, because the batters can do whatever they want. So if anything, let's see. He's had 3 straight games of 3 or more HRRs. I would probably consider him for maybe 3 HRRs tonight. 50-50 versus the fastball and the changeup. The cutter he hits, but he doesn't pitch that much. He's been getting under the ball, as you've seen more recently. Every other game he's getting a home run. He had a triple 2 days ago, getting some singles. So Wallner still looks like a play for HRRs. 50-50 away in at night. He's batting great in the month of August. He technically bats great on Tuesdays, just his batting average is down. 964 OPS, which is great. Just shy of the 1.0. Same thing. His average is down versus righties, but the slug is up. 832 OPS. Batting second, same thing. So Wallner is to me a pick that I would more than likely take. So if I had to pick person, let me look at Cody. So Wenzel's definitely a play for 3 HRRs in just this specific game. Okay, so Cody, he can hit the curveball and the slider. Again, he doesn't pitch the slider that much. He's struggling against the fastball though, and he hits the changeup. So he hits 2 out of the 3. Technically a little bit more than that for it's just that he's more recently been struggling to do anything. So Cody for me probably isn't a play. So I would say for me, I'll probably more than likely go with Wenzel and Wallner for 3 HRRs tonight, just for this game. I think I'm gonna do that. Let me look at Colt. I don't want to forget about the homie. He had 2 HRRs last night. He's still been struggling to do anything though. He can hit the fastball. Line drive is great, 27%. He's been hitting righties more recently though. He might be a play. Colt might be a play. Come on. Now Tuesdays he's struggling. And he bats decent enough versus righties and batting first. Cody could still be a play for say 2 HRRs, maybe like a 4-leg, maybe take Colt. I would personally, for myself, definitely take Wenzel. Let me look at Zach. He has the changeup, struggling against the fastball. So, yeah, see, I'm like, okay, he bats great on Tuesdays. He only has 2 hits in the month of August and 6 at bats. Um, come on, laptop, you were right. I just want to see what he's doing per the spot. The laptop decided to want to freeze up real quick. Come on, there we go. Decent enough. His OPS is great, 835. All right. So you might want to consider. Okay, for sure. So I'm gonna pull up DraftKings on my phone. I'm gonna put Wenzel and Wallner down for 3 HRs. That'll be the first pick, official first pick for the day. It's 6 o'clock right now. Got 40 plus minutes or however long before the first game starts. Hold on, but then again, it's Tuesday. Hold on. Let me just double check. Okay, 6:40. So maybe like 6:42, 6:45. There's 3 games. Pirates, home team. They play tonight. So DraftKings, let me there we go. So I'm gonna take this chance and hope for the best. So I'm gonna go back to Wenzel tonight. So his 3 HRRs is a plus 190. And then, so if you remember per the stream, his Wenzel's value was 195, and then it bumped up to 200, plus 200 last night. So that was that. So that kind of like confirmed my pick. And where is Wallner? I don't see him. Wallner's not popping up on the thing. He's here. He's batting second. Well, ain't that some cheese? Oh, there he goes. I was going to be upset. Okay, he's a plus 190 for... Oh, hold on. Hold up. There we go. Plus 675. That's the value. I'm just gonna go ahead and put $1 down. That's the pick. First pick for the night so far. I'm gonna probably try to push for maybe say maybe 4 to 5 more picks at best. We'll see. But again, I'm gonna try to share not all of my picks in the groups that I'm in, but at least just a few. Oh yeah, if y'all didn't know, for those of you who are on the channel, for those of you who know the homie, Patreon. I should have let y'all know this information because this was kind of a big thing. Lando, the homie Lando, sent out a mass video dump on YouTube. Patreon banned Lando from Patreon. They banned him because he was, supposedly guaranteed. What did they say per the email? Like he was guaranteeing wins. That's what they claimed it to be. Plus a plethora of other stuff that they said that he was doing. Now he said that he didn't do X, Y, and Z, but he did kind of claim that he did a couple of other stuff that they claimed that he was doing. But yeah, they pretty much banned him on Patreon. But luckily enough, he actually started a Discord channel just a month ago. So it kind of worked out, and he ended up switching to another site that, as of right now, currently allows people to share their bets and stuff. So I need to actually text him about something in the Patreon. It's something off topic, because he's still oh shoot, my friend messes me in Discord. Hold on one second. Okay. So, all right, that pick is done. All right, let's move on. Let's try to focus on the next few minutes over here with this game. I did. Oh, come on, laptop. Come on. Let me look at. Automatically, I'm gonna look at Stowers. Well, no. You know what? No. Whoa, no. I'm already seeing why I don't want to bet on Stowers. Again, my laptop's kind of like doing its thing, but Steven is a lefty. Stowers doesn't like lefties, so I'm not gonna bet on Stowers. I would rather bet on Aldo Lopez, Ramirez, maybe Xavier, just specifically the opposite batter to him, because Stowers does not like lefties. Let me see if they give any info for tomorrow. Let me just kind of get ahead for tomorrow. Let me see. Marlins, do they play tomorrow? They do. Who's pitching? Spencer Arrighetti is pitching tomorrow. He is a righty. Okay, so all right. Stowers, I'll bet on Stowers tomorrow. Because if anything, it's either Stowers is going to get maybe 2 HRRs, or he just is going to struggle tonight. Or again, he could have a random home run tonight off of Steven, or a few HRRs. So I'm staying away from it. Yeah, not today. No Stower bet today for me. Yeah, you're right, fam. No. So let's look at the cat that's in the weak spot, batting fourth. He bats well against righties, which is great. That's what we want. Steven struggles against both, but Lopez is struggling per the mix, but he still has a good enough line drive. Against lefties, he's sort of kind of hitting the lefties, right? He bats well enough at night. His OPS is still good, 719. It's just his slug is down. He's struggling in the month of August, though. Let me see. So he's not a pick. But as always, you never know. Aldo's in a weak spot. He possibly could hit a home run tonight, or 2, or 3. Eric, I never bet on you, sir. I don't think I've bet on him yet all season. He's in the weak spot. To me, this is a random spot. He hits the fastball. His line drive is great. He hasn't seen much batting, so he's a random placement. So he possibly could go yard tonight. As I always say, whenever they put batters in randomly and they're in the weak spot, I'm not joking. Like 95% of the time, those batters hit a home run. Like, I keep bringing up that kid for the Pirates from my hometown team, and he was sitting right there in front of my face, batting first. He was in the weak spot. This was Saturday, I think it was. It was the second. It was August 2nd, and he hit 3 home runs that day. Still just like, man, like it was right there, and I didn't even I should have just put $5 on him for hit a home run, and it would have went. It would have cashed. Okay, Jesus and Jeremy. So Jeremy, is he 2 days out now? Is it 2 days as far as HRRs are concerned? No, he had forward last night, so he's technically on like a every other day. So I don't know. I want to bet him, but at the same time, I feel like if I don't bet him, he's not gonna do anything. Like if I put a bet on him to get, say, 2 HRRs, he'll not get the 2 HRRs. That's kind of how I feel. He had a double last night. He bats well at night, well away. Batting great in the month of August. He bats well enough on Tuesdays. He's green on all of his on all of his stuff. So this is even pushing me more not to bet him tonight. I really want to bet him tonight. Schwarber, you got Schwarber hitting it, because Schwarber went twice last night, didn't he? Or am I wrong? I thought he went twice last night. Let me see. Now Jesus, I'll probably put him down. %, line drive, great. That's what I want. Sorry, I was clearing my emails. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he went twice last night. See, when batters do stuff like that, that's when I don't take them the next day. Like, because anytime that I have, so far I'm like 0 and something. So when I'm like, okay, this batter did like 5 or 6 HRRs, I'm gonna put him down again, type of thing. And then they don't do it again. So like I said, I'm like 0 and whatever. I haven't been able to consistently catch a batter on the heater for the most. Sometimes it's just, I'm talking about like specific key batters where it's just like, okay, this batter did this last night. He should at least get 2 or 3 of these things, 2 or 3 HRs. All right, so Jesus is that. Altuve. He's struggling. He hits the fastball. He hits the sinker. He hits the 2 top pitches that Kyle throws. So what about Harper? Harper went. I wasn't even looking his way. I looked at Nick. I think Nick came through for me on the HRRs that I put him down, but the rest of the ticket didn't cash. So, oh, Yanner's in the weak spot. Did Yanner go last night? I think he did. Come on, laptop. Come on. Because Fam came to the house like an hour or so ago. We were talking about Houston. Oh, he didn't go last night. But we were talking about Houston. I was like, yeah, I had Houston down to get 3 runs. They didn't do it. And then in yesterday's game against Boston, they got like 5 runs within the first like inning or 2 innings or something like that. So it was just like they did what I needed them to do the day before they did it yesterday. So they were a day late. So missed opportunity. Even more so because they hit 5 in 1 inning. Like all in 1 inning. They came out swinging basically. Okay, Yander's struggling on Tuesdays. He bats well, batting 6th though. So that's his spot. Could he go back to back with 4? Maybe. He actually bats well against Kyle. I don't know. Like I really want to just put. Let me look at Carlos real quick. See, Carlos has at least 2 or more. But he's struggling against the pitch mix, though. Sort of kind of hitting righties more recently. Which is good. He bats well enough at night. He bats well enough. 4th spot, 815 OPS. So he's in a decent enough spot that he could probably at least get 2, maybe 3 HRRs tonight. And then he bats well against what you call it. Look at Xavier. So if I'm looking at anybody, it's not you. Even though his like Xavier's line drive is great, 47%. That's great. Tuesday. Okay. So he's 50-50 on most of his splits. But he's been getting HRRs, though, at least 2. It's just he's struggling against the pitch mix. That's the only thing. If anything, I would think Carlos... I forgot about. Let me quit playing. Let me look at the home here. He's struggling against the pitch mix. So if I had a choice for this game, like maybe I'll do. Maybe I'll just take Carlos. Right, I'll just take Carlos for the game because it feels like I can't really find much with that one. Okay, Mike is pitching. He hasn't been allowing too many hits though. That's actually good as a pitcher, right? You want that, but as a batter, you're like, yo, like I want to pick some batters to go out here and get under your pitches, hit some home runs, hit some base hits and stuff, line drives and stuff. And he actually pitches well on Tuesdays. Okay. Interesting enough, Logan Webb has no weak spots. In the midst of him having higher hard hits. But he's allowing hits. He's getting roughly 6. He's struggling against righties. But of course, Pirates, they're, we've been recently hitting only due to, the past weekend and a few other stuff. Now, Pham has been on technically a tear. Tommy has been doing his thing. He hits the fastball. He's just been reading the pitches. He's been doing his job. And I still have yet to even put him on a ticket for anything. I have yet to bet for Pham. Yet another batter that I keep talking about. The other one is Reyes for the Padres. I keep bringing him up in my how I don't bet on him and he gets like 3 HRRs or randomly hit a home run. And then when I finally put him on a ticket, he doesn't do anything. It's like I guess I'm just supposed to just watch him succeed and not bet on bet on him, not bet on Tommy. Okay, Ramos does his thing. He's just struggling somewhat against the 4-seam. He bats well at night in that way. He's 50-50 in August, 50-50 on Tuesdays, but he bats well versus righties. 768 OPS. He's had back-to-back games with 4 more HRRs. I don't know about this one. Come on, laptop. Come on. Come on, laptop. Come on. There we go. So, randomly, Matt's in the weak spot. So, one day, I'm just going to I'm going to push to try to save, like, I don't know, $2,000 or something. And I'm just going to use that as my home run bankroll. And I'm just going to just be betting. It might not be $2,000. It might be like $4,000 or something. I'm gonna just be betting. I'm gonna just put $10 down on every batter that's in the weak spot every single day, and I feel like I'll make a decent enough profit that way because I personally feel like a lot of the I personally feel like a lot of the other bettors, like the major bettors, do that every day anyway. And I've been wanting to do that, but I just don't have that bankroll saved up yet. But that's what I want to do. Because I'll push for 2 seasons from now. Like if I just save like I don't know $3,000 or $4,000, then that'll be my home run bankroll, and I'll just do it that way. So like I said, I'm just going through every game trying to find something. So far. The only batter I have right now for say like a 4-leg parlay is Carlos Carrera. We'll go with him. Let's see. So Lewis is pitching. He struggles against righties. He gets strikeouts somewhat, right? Sort of. But he's allowing hits though. He struggles against righties. CJ's a lefty. Well, no. He struggles in general. He just has 1 extra home run more than a lefty does. So I keep seeing people putting James Wood down. I think more so the reason why they're doing that is because they're just waiting for him to finally wake up and kind of just like start hitting home runs again. The hope is that he does, because he's definitely been just like super cold, right? His data is practically there, like for the most part. Like it's just sitting there in front of our faces, and he just has been having trouble reading the ball. Any of the pitches, he just can't seem to get above 2 HRRs or get any total bases. So that's why I haven't placed any bets on him for the last I think week and a half now, because I just felt like he was he's just gone cold. Okay. Okay. CJ bats really great on Tuesdays. He technically bats with 888. Nice. OPS on at night too. I think I might in the midst of the info per the pitch mix. I just might be adding CJ to my ticket here. I might. So McKenzie's pitching. He's been allowing more hits though, roughly 5. Now that's the thing. He's pitching against. He struggles against righties more than anything. He's pitching against a athletics team that has struggled more recently. They won a couple of games, I think, or something like that. They've been hitting, but I'm I want to put Shea down. I want to put Kurtz down. Kurtz pretty much has gone cold since last month. 5.55 slug at night. He bats great on Tuesdays. 1.07 OPS. See, Shea is seeming like a lock for me for 3 HRs tonight, just being honest. Did he have anything? No, he does. Yes, he does. He's 0-2. Which, that doesn't mean anything to me, to be honest. Because being 0-2 is better than being 2 and whatever. You haven't really done much. No, this is lefty versus lefty. I don't know if I want to take Kurtz. No. But again, Kurtz could probably still go out here and hit a home run, a random home run, against McKenzie. And he bats well on Tuesdays, and he bats great batting second. But again, he's facing against a lefty. And that's the thing, for the month of July, he wasn't doing anything really, except for the beginning of the month. He had a home run, towards the middle, a double, a single. No, the single was at the end of the June. He was really struggling against left instead of taking CJ. So I'll take Shea. Let me look at Brent real quick. I'm trying to be quick because I want to move on to the next game. Plus the games are getting ready to start, so I want to get this other pick in before these 6:40 games start. Okay, you said you have CJ down. CJ? Or... Oh, Abrams. You have Abrams down for him. Okay. Nice. So, Brent... He's struggling in August, but he bats well on Tuesdays and bats well versus lefties. Bats decent enough batting third. So like I said, I got Shea. I'm gonna take Shea, Carlos Carrera. Then look at my O's. Dean Kramer's pitching tonight. Walker's pitching tonight. He allows hits. So if anything, per my squad, let me look at this. So Kyle's in a weak spot. See, Kyle went twice. He hit 3 home runs in the last 48 hours. So this doesn't mean anything. He's only 15 pitches. He's 0-1. That's is what it is. He still hits the fastball, he hits the sinker, but he doesn't throw it that much. He hits the curveball, which he does throw 21%. So Kyle seems to be a maybe possible automatic lock for a home run. Say maybe 3 HRs or more tonight. He's batting great in August on Tuesdays. And versus righties, just that his batting average is down. But he bats great batting second. So Kyle's an automatic lock for maybe 3 HRRs. But again, let me see. Could possibly take Kyle. No, they both did hit a home run last night. That was a random thing where they both, the top two batters, heavy batters, hit a home run, which you love to see, right? That's what you want to see. Right, he's green at home, green at night, super green in the month of August, batting great on Tuesdays, batting great versus righties, batting great third. So could there be a possible back-to-back home run for both of these batters? Maybe. Possibly. I forgot. Come on. Come on, laptop, come on. So what I'm gonna do, because again we're kind of pressed for time for these few games starts. I'm gonna put. I'm going to put. Oh man. Yeah, my body's just tired. So if anything, I will do a 3-leg. I'm gonna do hold on. It was the Marlins, right? Put this over. It's a HRR 3-leg. Okay. So I'll take Carlos Carrera for 3 HRRs and Langliers from the Athletics for come on, phone. There we go. For 3 HRRs. This is just going to be a 3-leg parlay. For Langlier, here's a plus 145. And then I'll go on ahead and I'll take Kyle for 3 HRRs. He's a plus 110. Technically, both Kyle and Bryce are plus 110 for 3 HRRs, but I'll take Kyle. I'll do that. This is a plus 1263. Put a quick buck on there, give me back 13 bucks and some change. Let's see how this one goes tonight. Let's hope for the best with that one. Okay. Did I send y'all? No, I will. Sorry if I'm doing that right now. Let me send that first ticket. Text that to y'all. I thought I texted y'all the first time. Then I'm texting you in the text group the second ticket. And then I am posting the second ticket in the betting groups. I actually got to share in my betting group on social media. I can't forget about it. I got to share at least these 2 picks. Do that. That is done. Boom, bam, bang. What's that? 2 leg, 3 HRRs. Bang, and then 3 leg. 3 plus HRRs. Now, what I could do is pretty much go back in and put Kyle and Harper down to get a home run like they did last night in a parlay, but I'm not. That was just a thought, but I said, you know what, I'm not going to do it. Okay, next game. Guardians, Mets. Pete, he went yard last night. Maybe, possibly, Pete is waking up. He's had 3 home runs in the month of August so far. He's had 4 more HRRs in the month of August so far. This is great. Now he's batting against a lefty. He bats well against lefties outside of his batting average. His barrel the last 15 games is 33.3, which is great. He's been getting under the ball, EV's up, all of that. This is great. He's doing his job. He's green at home, 50-50 at night. Super green in the month of August. Green on Tuesdays. 50-50 versus lefties. 50-50 batting fourth. OPS is pretty much mostly great on a lot of his splits. So that's that. Okay, they're taking on Logan. Logan allows hits. You see Clay, he allows hits more recently. He struggles against lefties. Oh, Manzardo's a lefty. Could Manzardo go yard tonight? Could he get 3 more HRRs tonight? That's the question at hand. Okay, here's the changeup. He struggles against the cutter. But again, the last week of July was, or just July in general, he was kind to him. He was sort of kind of doing some things. Now he's struggling in the month of August with only 2 hits. His only week's part of his Tuesdays is his batting average. He has a great slug. Pretty much versus righties and batting fourth, his slug is the same. I don't know. I kind of feel like he could go yard tonight. Look at Jose. Now he has a positive against Clay. No home runs though. Let's see. He hits the sinker. He hasn't seen the sinker that much, but he hits the sinker. It's literally between that and the 4-seam, but Clay hardly throws the 4-seam. Jose, I think he's still green all across the board, right? Like he was. Yeah, look at this. Just green. Everything outside of these little joints that aren't pertaining to the day itself. So he possibly could get 2 to 4 or 5 HRRs tonight, maybe. But it just depends, because he struggles against the changeup and the slider. But if he were to throw the sinker his way, and he reads it, he could possibly go yard tonight. Or just get a couple hits, get a few HRRs. So there's that. Let me look at Brandon. Okay, you're struggling against the sinker. Okay. So you're just, I guess, struggling against lefties. So that's why, because you're a lefty. But you're in the weak spot, which is, you're struggling on Tuesdays. Okay. It's 50-50 versus lefties, 50-50 batting fit. The only reason why it's not in the positive because it's sitting in the middle, which is 250 for his batting average. Okay. Okay, more recently you've been getting basically 3 or more HRRs, last 5. But more recently you've been getting under the ball. He's batting great in the month of August, but struggling on Tuesdays and versus lefties. But he technically bats great batting second. So that's a bit of an up in the air thing. But outside of that, I don't really see much for either. So that's that game. Boston. Oops. The squad that can still get 5 or 6 runs within 2 innings at a drop of a dime, drop of a hat. They're facing off against Ryan. He doesn't allow too many hits. He struggles against lefties, though. He gets strikeouts. So the month of July, he allowed 2 home runs, but that was on the 11th. But since then, he's only allowed a couple of singles. So he's been actually doing his job. But again, he's facing off against a really great hitting Red Sox squad. And again, he struggles against lefties, right? So he has to worry about Jaron, Abreu. Yoshida's in the weak spot. See, Abreu decided he wanted to do a little bit of something more recently. And I'm swole because I'm like, dude, I was putting you down on my tickets like almost every day for like a week. And then that's when you decided to go cold. When he was, hitting some home runs, he was getting bases and stuff. It was just that I missed out on putting him on my tickets or even taking him on single bets. But of course, you can never tell when a batter is going to go cold. So he bats well on Tuesdays versus righties as well. He just struggles batting third. His OPS is a 575. So I wouldn't even put him down. But Duran, he's been hitting home runs. I guess he's probably been more of a, at least more recently, he's been more of a total base batter than an HRR cat. He's hitting the pitch mix. Look at his barrel, 27%. It's great. Your boy's been a doubles machine more than anything. Look at his doubles. Look at this. Look at that. 4 straight games of doubles. Man, missed opportunity, son. Sheesh. Ain't that some cheese? Missed it. He's struggling in August. He still bats great on Tuesdays in the midst of his batting average being down. He's green versus righties and batting first. So Dorn for sure would be a pick for the game. Let me look at Bobby, the homie. I saw some cats calling him Bobby Hit instead of Bobby Witt. Cracking me up. He had 2 HRRs last night, 2 total base. He had 2 hits last night. Missed opportunity for 2 hits. He's been hitting lefties. That's great. Green away, green at night. Green on Tuesdays. Green versus lefties. green batting second. So he's like a automatic. Like if I really wanted to do something, if anything, for me personally, I think what I'm gonna do. Say, wait, ain't it tonight? Well, I'm gonna take a chance. I'm gonna go right on FanDuel, and I'm gonna put Duran and Witt down to get 2 total bases tonight. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take Bobby Hit tonight. That's cracking me up. They call it boy Bobby Hit instead of Bobby Witt. It's funny to me. So that's gonna be the parlay. Oh, Twins scored. Nice. Two-leg parlay. So Doran for 2 total base is minus 145. Bobby Witt is a plus 100. That's a plus 259. I'm going to take it. Let's hope for the best. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. Like I said, I'm going to take it. Let's see what these 2 gentlemen do in this one specific game. You see, you have Doran down for 2 HRs. Nice. Legendary stuff, son. Ooh, almost accidentally re-picked my slip. Don't want to do that. That's the only thing I don't like about FanDuel's new update, is that whenever you back out of the app, it fully backs you fully out of the app. Like it used to just like have you, when you would go back into that, but would have you right where you last left off. And yeah, they don't do that anymore on the cheese. Oh, almost forgot. That is my fault. I'm up here talking, and I'm like, yo, I forgot to post my pics on my Twitter. Whoops. No, not Prime. Prop Fund. There we go. The hope is that these cash, baby. The hope. Is that these cash? All right. Okay. What's next? So now we're doing much better. I've been streaming for almost an hour and a half, and I think I'm gonna try to look at just a couple more games and maybe put one more ticket in, and I'm gonna call it, because I'm getting kind of tired, and I definitely want to lay down and get ready to call it a day. Also, just let y'all know, I won't be streaming tomorrow. I'll be busy tomorrow evening, but don't fret, don't worry. We'll be back on probably Friday, because Thursday may be a bit of a stretch, because I know for sure I always do something on Thursday after work. And let's see, Wednesday, Thursday. Oh well, there's no point streaming on Thursday, probably because of football. That's probably why. There's only 3 games. There's 2 7 o'clock, 7:30 games, 1 10 o'clock game. But I might do like a dual stream on Friday, because there's going to be baseball and football for Friday. And maybe there'll be something open, like player props or something for football on Friday. Altuve went nice. So, okay, Sanchez went. I was thinking about Sanchez, but I decided to go with Carlos instead. Twins are up 3-0. Random cat, Quiche call. Keasachall. Quiche call or Keyshaw. Second baseman Luke. No relations to Luke Skywalker. He went yard. Man, missed opportunity. But he wasn't in the weak spot or anything. Athletics, who scored? I picked right. I picked the homie. Langlear, he hit a home run. Kurtz got 2 HRRs. Rooker has 2 HRRs. Bledley has 3 HRRs. He actually has 2 RBIs. So that part of my slip has cashed. Granted, if I put Altuve on the ticket instead of Carlos Carrera, that would have cashed, or that at least would have, solidified pretty much most of the ticket of just, waiting on. So we'll see what Carlos does. And again, it's the first inning. We'll see. He struck out his first at bat. So we'll see. But yeah, if I had just taken Langlear on a straight up bet, put $5 down, that would have been an automatic cash. So that's cool. Hold on, let me look at I forgot to mention, because I did not post this on my Twitter. I have a 6-leg parlay. All of these teams, pretty much mostly all of them, to get 4 runs. Outside of Toronto, the Blue Jays, I have them down for 5. So Brewers, Rangers, Angels, Diamondbacks, and Mariners, all of them to get 4 runs. And then, of course, like I said, Blue Jays, I put them down for 5. They're the only ones that are above the minus 200 mark. They're actually sitting at minus, well, at the time when I put this in at super early in the morning, they were sitting at a minus 360 for 5 runs. So the hope is that this 6-leg parlay hits. It was a plus 1203 on FanDuel. Hopefully that one cashes. We'll see. Sean Murphy is in the weak spot. This young man, Cass were like putting him down like almost every day, and he just did not do anything after here. Like they started putting him down when he had these back to back. Like people were putting him down on the 13th, whatever the day. It was like after the All-Star, they just kept putting him down. He just was just not showing up at all. So I wasn't one of the ones that put him down on it, and like literally on any of my tickets. I just was like, I'm not just gonna do this. But he's back on the weak spot again. I think it's like the second or third time over the last like week or so. He just hasn't done anything. Like he had 4 HRRs on the 31st, but nothing major that he's done since, basically like the middle of July. So maybe he decides to read some pitches and get some hits tonight. Maybe. That's what I was talking about with Riley Green. Like I was gonna post my thoughts about him on my Twitter, but he's not on Prop Finder because I guess they're arresting him. So I think I've seen people bet on Matt. Matt just, he's going cold as far as home runs. He's been every couple of games he's been getting HRRs, at least 3. He has a home run against Freddie. He hits the fastball and the slider, but he only pitches the fastball more than anything. Man, uh-oh. Joint slowing up. Uh-oh. That missed opportunity for the Athletics. I should have just put them down. Some random cat named Daryl Hernandez. He hit a home run. So there's that. So they have 5 runs currently. Let's see. Now Philly, the Phillies are up now that my O's didn't do anything in the top of the first. Okay. Okay, so Matt is not a look. Let's go to Profar. So you're struggling against Fetty. I said Fetty, Freddie. You struggle against righties. You're hitting the curveball. You're hitting the changeup. Okay, that's positive, right? He did get a triple last night off of a curveball, which is great. He's reading curveballs. So he's hit 2 out of the last 3 curveballs within the last 2 games that he's played. So he's 50-50 at home and at night. He's batting basically great on the month of August. He's struggling on Tuesdays though. Struggling versus righties, struggling batting first. But again, 2 games in a row, he's had 2 or more HRs. That's good. William, you and your brother have been they've offset each other. Like, what? It's either he goes and does this, or then and then Wilson doesn't do anything, and then he'll do this, and then Wilson will do something. Let me see. Let me kind of coincide with what I'm talking about. Let me see. St. Louis, they're playing tonight. I want to see. Because again, William, he's currently down over the last 3 games. So I want to see if, because this was what, a month and a half ago, I think, if I remember correctly, when I was like, oh, the brothers, blah blah blah. Let me do a Contreras ticket. Let me see if that will be something that I can potentially be like a consistent ticket that I put down, but they don't usually. And that's the thing. I was putting them down like 3-4 games in a row. They weren't doing anything, and I remember it was a Sunday when I said, what, I'm not even gonna bet on them. I'm gonna go a different route. Bet on one of their teammates and stuff. And guess what they both did? They both hit a home run that day. I was swole. I was like, y'all son of a. So yeah, see, look at this. He had 3 HRRs. Because again, William did whatever he did these days, and Wilson didn't do anything. And then now we're here where William didn't do anything, but Wilson did. So he's like 50-50 here. So the last few games. So at least for the month of August. So that's why I'm like, I don't even know if I even want to do a ticket with them tonight. I probably won't. So Emmett Sheehan. Emmett. I know I just went fully off track from what I was normally doing. Oh, Max is back. Yo, son. I didn't even know. I never knew. Let's look at Max real quick. Son, he's in a spot. He hits well batting fourth. And yo, Max. You might be a play tonight. Let me see. Let me find out. Let me look at something real quick. You get the fastball. Get the changeup. Okay. Now since he's back, he hasn't done anything yet. So far he's so he's 0-1 since being back. Ooh, he loves batting fourth. I might just take Max on a straight bet for, say, 4 HRRs tonight. Let me look at this. Let me see. Let me see. I'll probably have to relog back into FanDuel. Let me see what they got Max here. So Max for 4 HRRs is a plus 240. I'm going to say screw it. I'm going to take the chance. Yeah. I'm going to take the chance. It's probably my only single bet. Let's see what he does tonight. Straight bet. Max Muncy, plus 240. FanDuel. Let's see what happens with Max tonight. That was a brief spot that I decided to... I just wanted to look in a different direction. I was just like, oh. So Joey's pitching for Atlanta. He doesn't allow too many hits. He more recently been getting some strikeouts. Freddie's been allowing hits. He's down a bit as far as strikeouts, but he struggles against righties. But they don't have that many. Like Sean, of course, but maybe Profar if he decides to bat right. Andrew Vaughn kind of slowed down some. He has a positive against Joey. He hits the fastball. Struggling against the changeup, though. He had a single the last game. Okay. Maybe. All right. Yankees. So Will Warren is pitching again tonight. So Wyatt's in a weak spot. Jonah's in a weak spot. Nathan has no weak spots. In the midst of him allowing roughly 4 hits the last 10. He struggles against righties. Still getting at least basically 5 or more strikeouts the last few games that he's pitched. So Aaron is back. The question is, could Aaron do that? But that's the thing. He's been pitched to 165 times. He's had 4 hits. He's still in the positive. He has 2 home runs. But again, that's 2 home runs out of 165 pitches thrown to him out of 40 at-bats. So, still a chance that he could still go yard tonight. He's, as always, Judge is always like in a positive spot, right? His splits are green all across the board. At least his main splits, at least. So, his first game back, he probably might go yard tonight. I don't know. But again, Nathan doesn't allow too many home runs as pertaining to him pitching. So there's that info. But Will is pitching. Will allows hits. I know that for sure. He struggles against righties. Wyatt is a righty. He's in the weak spot. Jonah could bat right and do his thing. But Adalis is possibly in a spot to do something. Maybe. Possibly. He does hit the sinker. He struggles against the fastball, though. He bats well enough on Tuesdays, and that's about it. Let me look at Seager. He's been struggling. It was a missed out. I think it was a missed opportunity, the third, because I looked at him, but I don't think I took him for anything. I don't think. Now he bats great on Tuesdays. Okay. I don't know. Let me look at Wyatt. He has the sinker and the sweeper. So this is good. Barrel's great. He had a double 3 days ago, excuse me. More recently getting under the ball, which is great. It's just... Okay, he bats great on Tuesdays, 50-50 versus righties, but struggles batting 6. Where he bats the most? No, he bats the most, batting second, actually. It's his third most. Okay, what's his... Still good, 722. Who knows? He might get 2 to 4 HRRs tonight. He might actually hit a home run too. Look at Josh. Cause didn't Josh just go yard like a day or two ago? No. What did he do? HRRs. It was 3. It was last night. That's what it was. Okay, he's struggling on the month. He has a positive batting average on Tuesday, but his slug is down. But he still has a positive OPS of 729. He bats well enough versus righties. 50-50 versus batting first. 736 OPS is still good. So the only real look that I see personally is Wyatt. Let me look over here. Jazz struggles against Nathan. So he's 50-50 across all his main splits. Goldsmith that finally went yard. I put him down on my ticket like 2-3 days ago and didn't do anything. He finally showed up. Okay, he bats well at night and away. Struggle on Tuesdays. Struggles versus righties. 50-50 batting 6. Look at Trent. Trent still doing fairly well. 3 home runs the last 10. He's just every other game, though. More recently, at least. Pretty much a day late type of batter for with the every other day stuff. He's still batting great in the month. He's struggling on Tuesdays. He bats well versus righties. 50-50 batting decent enough, batting first. Cody. Okay, you had 3 HRs last night. That's good. But you're struggling against the pitcher. Okay. He's mostly positive. Okay. Sir Ryan, did you do anything? Nope. Pretty much been cold since the first, sir. Okay. Alright. So that's that game. Alright, I'm gonna look at one more, then I'm calling it, because I'm like, my eyes are getting heavy. He said, oh, come on. Oh man, missed opportunity with Cody Clemens for bases. Looks like he got 2 or more total bases. Christian Koss, whomever that is, hit a home run for the Giants. A random cat. Some random dude. Oh, you know what? Let's look at the, this will be the final game that I look at. Colorado, Toronto. Possibly game of the night, maybe. So Anthony's pitching, he isn't allowing too many. Maybe, is this a bullpen night for the Rockies? Because it looks like Anthony, he's only pitched in 8 games in total. He's pitched more against lefties. Oh man. While Jose's pitching, he at least allows 5 hits or more. He struggles against lefties. So this could work out for Mickey. Maybe Jordan too. He bats well against lefties. Against righties. Let's see. Let's see. He's pretty much green except for 4th. That's it. He's green in every other main category, splits wise. He still has a 740 OPS though. He's been hitting righties, which includes Paul. So Jordan could still get maybe 3 HRRs tonight. Maybe Addison for 3 HRs. Maybe I do Jordan, Beck, and Addison for 3 HRs tonight. Maybe Vlad or something. See, bats well on Tuesdays versus righties, and batting 4th. That's, to me, that's like an automatic outside of, the changeup issue. I mean the splits issue. I mean the mix. That's why I'm tired. I need to get ready to call it. Joey's in the weak spot. Oh. Maybe instead of maybe Joey. Tuesdays. Righty. Ooh. Yeah. This is the quickest pick I probably put in. I'm gonna do Mickey and Joey. Lefty versus righty spot This is going to be over on DraftKings. This will be my final pick for the night. 3 HRRs. Unless I feel like somebody could go, I've sort of kind of felt like batters could hit a home run type of thing, but I just didn't put them down because, of course, just never know. I didn't want to, do like three single bets or whatever, or 2-leg parlays, and the batters just don't do the job. But over the last week, at least, there have been a few batters where I was like, oh, this batter might go yard, but it's either I'm going to bet them for total base or HRR and just kind of just walk away from the table. And they would still go out there and at least hit the home run that I was thinking that they would possibly do. So there's that. So like I said, I'm going to do Mickey for 3. He's a plus 145. And Joey, if I can find him, plus 135. This is a plus 425 on DraftKings. Just put that down. And just push this to the so oops. Okay. It's my final pick. I'm done for the night because, like I said, I didn't want to be up here streaming for 2.5 hours like I've recently been doing. Plus, I'm tired. I want to lay down and hope that I don't fall asleep too early. Just kind of just pay attention to these bets and put a movie on or something and get ready to go to bed in an hour or something. But I'm out. Fam, both of you, thanks for coming through, stopping through, hanging out. It's been real as always. But I'm out. Stay safe, stay humble, guys. Like I said, no stream tomorrow. No stream on Thursday either, but Friday for sure. Because like I said, I'm gonna be busy in the evening tomorrow. But I'll holler at y'all later. Stay safe, stay humble. Peace.